In the latest Boruto Two Blue Vortex chapter 17, we see Konohamaru being debriefed by Shikamaru for his next and toughest mission, strike down the Shinju, Matsuri and Ryu. However, this mission is like one he's done before because Matsuri, one of the Shinju, is based off his childhood friend Moegi. And the way this mission is supposed to go down is that Shikamaru wants him to gain the trust of the Shinjus and then pretty much stab them in the back. Something that doesn't really line up with Konohamaru's personality, and Shikamaru is more of a cutthroat type of leader and will do whatever it takes to make sure the village is safe, employing whatever tactics that can be used, even if it means that it is morally wrong. Now, I'm 100% on Shikamaru's side here, but you can't lie and tell me that this is not low-key kind of crazy. It's not even the fact that he wants Konohamaru to betray the Shinju, but in that same conversation tells him that they aren't even necessarily evil, but they're more so blank slates. And now if you kind of think about Konohamaru, his personality, he's sort of similar to Naruto in the sense that he does sort of see good in people and isn't the type to carry out an order like this, given the fact that he knows that the Shinju aren't even inherently evil. And this is sort of backed up by the fact that Matsuri and Ryu don't hesitate to team up with Team 7 in the Sand Village and are even open to the idea of working with them. Even saying that Jura, their leader, has such a deep respect for Leaf Shinobi, which I think is interesting. Now, with these set of instructions, Konohamaru does begin to start his plan, and Matsuri sort of throws a curveball at him, and if you watch Naruto, you kind of guess it, since it's based on Moegi, the Shinju actually has a crush on Konohamaru, making this mission 10 times worse, and Shikamaru does give him that heads up. And following instructions, he splits up the group and him and Matsuri go to another area alone. And you know my boy Konohamaru, he's on demon timing, so he already knows what's about to happen. He gets to talking with Matsuri and asks her why she's acting so shy. Isn't everything okay? And she's blushing, which seems to be a common trope with a lot of the women in Boruto, which I got a rant for that for another video. But he pretty much just comforts her and just has a small conversation. My thing is, how is he even supposed to carry on this mission with all the stuff that he knows? I feel like knowing who Konohamaru is, he's going to find some way to fumble this. I mean, he's had his fair share of wins and losses, but this might be a generational loss right here. Konohamaru does what Naruto pretty much does, but he's not the main character. So this mission is pretty much bound to fail. You know, he can't just sweet talk the villain and then waltz home to Shikamaru talking about change of plans. No, sir. So from the start, I know this wasn't a good idea, but I feel like once the attack is initiated, Konohamaru is going to hesitate. And if you know anything about Naruto, hesitation leads to death. And if I'm being honest with you, Konohamaru could be the first character to actually die in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. That's actually kind of relevant. Boruto does this really annoying thing of teasing deaths or not really even wanting to kill characters off. I generally feel like more characters have been almost on the brink of death than actual deaths in the series. I mean, let me just talk about some recent ones off the top of my head. I mean, you got Inojin stabbed through the whole stomach. I mean, like Mortal Kombat style death. Kind of wound that not even Goku could sort of come back from. And all of a sudden Himawari just sort of healed him. Boruto, same thing. Hole through the chest. And guess what? He lived. But I'll be honest, that's because of plot armor. Same for Naruto in his Baron mode where he was supposedly going to die. I'll even throw in Sasuke, who is in a tree and is sort of in this limbo state where he could die or be revived. And most of these characters I listed are relevant to the story, like Konohamaru, but will Konohamaru sort of get that same grace? I think in Two Blue Vortex, we need to up the stakes a little bit more because we get too many scenarios where the characters conveniently make it out. But given the circumstances, you would think there would be more tragic events. And the reason why Konohamaru might be fatally injured is because of the context of Boruto and Kashinkoji's conversation and Kashinkoji forcing Boruto not to interrupt anything. This will be very important because if Konohamaru is about to die and Boruto doesn't save him, then that's very out of character. But if Boruto saves him, then he does risk the chance of altering the future. This is why I think Konohamaru will be put in a bad scenario to really test Kashinkoji's ideas. Is everything he says true? And does altering the events of the future make such a big impact? Can Boruto ultimately save his comrades without jeopardizing the future is the real question here. The only way we can find this out is if we keep putting these characters in dangerous situations and seeing the outcomes. If Konohamaru doesn't make it out of this, then rest assured Boruto will be a lot more involved and the trajectory of the future could possibly change. If Boruto joins, then Jura could come out and ruin any chances of Boruto saving the world. So let's see how this mission plays out and if Konohamaru has it in him to complete it. Any signs of failure could lead to him having Boruto interfering and then Jura coming out into play. Let me know your thoughts on what you think will happen with Konohamaru and if you think it will die or if Boruto will interfere. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.